time, we're shifting our attention to the New Patriotic Party and their upcoming flag bearership race. Well, the campaign trail is in full swing with all 5 aspirants crisscrossing the country in a fierce bid to win over delegates. Recent opinion polls suggest some candidates may already be pulling ahead. On the polls yesterday, we engaged with teams representing candidate Japong Yaweduchum and other key individuals. But this afternoon, our attention shifts to the camp of the former Vice President, Dr. Bawumia. And joining me in the studio really for this crucial conversation is lawyer Kwesi Botchway Jnr. He is a member of Dr. Bawumia's communication team and a legal practitioner as well. He's also a close aide to the former Vice President. We appreciate your time here on the Pulse. I'm sure you've been monitoring the conversation. You may have some thoughts about this newly formed UP party.
Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to everybody. I wouldn't have much to say except to wish them well. I mean, it's really
you don't feel threatened?
Not at all. I mean, we are focused on election 2028 and we welcome all competitors, and so we don't feel threatened at all. In fact, all the things they are saying, they said similar things during the 2024 elections, but interestingly, Cheddar actually beat them, and so we are just hoping that this time around they get their things right, and then, I mean, we welcome them, we wish them well. It's within their rights to form a political party, and so we wish them well. Right.
And let's move to the campaign trail. Where's your candidate as we speak?
Dr. Bawumia is currently the Bono East region. You know, he started his campaign by engaging stakeholders within the 4 major big regions, Greater Accra, Ashanti, Eastern and Central region, where he engaged former executives of our party, current executives of our party, former MMDCs, former members of parliament, parliamentary candidates, and the Regional Council of Elders and Patrons, where he communicated to them his vision to contest the flag bearership race again and also to solicit their support. Currently, he's engaging the constituency executives. He's going to visit all 276 constituencies across the country to also engage the polling station executives to share his ideas with the polling station executives and also to solicit for their support. Currently, he's in the Bono East region. Yesterday, he engaged with delegates in the Sini East and West constituencies and ended the day at Atebubua Mountain. This morning, he was at Pru East. He's currently at Pru West. He's supposed to end the day at Kentampo South. And so far, it's been good. If you look at some of the videos, you know, going around on social media, you could clearly see that the people want Dr. Bawumia to lead the New Patriotic Party into the 2028 election. And it is because the main idea and focus and aim of a political party is to win political power. And the people
and you think
of the
Dr. Bawumia is the man for the job?
Absolutely. The
to
people
win
of
power in
the
2028?
absolutely.
How do you plan to separate him from the ills of the previous NPP administration, for which the party lost the previous elections?
I would say that, you see, the previous NPP administration performed creditably well. There were so many things the government got right, and there were also so many things the government didn't get right that, you know, provoked the good people of this country. In fact, let me say that the NPP, the Ghanaian people, do not owe NPP a victory. It is within, you know, the right of the Ghanaian people to reward the New Patriotic Party with victory if they believe that the New Patriotic Party is capable of steering the affairs of this nation. And so in the view of the Ghanaian people, the NPP got a few things wrong, of which they thought that the NPP should, you know, come to opposition for the NDC, for them to also try the NDC. And so I do not think that Dr. Bawumia would want to, you know, take himself out of the things the government didn't get wrong. In fact, he himself has said times with that number that the things that this government got right, he's happy with them, and the things that we got wrong, when we have the opportunity next time, we'll correct our mistakes. And again, I have heard so many arguments, like you just asked. There's been so many, you know, reports and so many conversations surrounding the fact that the NPP lost because of the candidature of Dr. Bawumia. You know, anytime there is an electoral loss, people always want somebody to blame other than they themselves. It happened in 1992 when the respected Edu Boahen lost. People blamed Edu Boahen for our defeat. It happened in 1996 when President Kufuor lost. NPP people blamed President Kufuor for our defeat. It happened when we won in 2000. We tagged the victory as a collective effort. When we won in 2004, the victory was tagged as a collective effort of all NPP members. When candidate Akufo-Addo lost in 2008, people said all manner of things about candidate Akufo-Addo, including NPP members. People even said he could never be president and so on and so forth. People said candidate Akufo-Addo was a bad candidate because of his mannerism. People even questioned his demeanor and even his accent. In 2012, when we lost, people blamed candidate Akufo-Addo. But in a wise, conscience of our party people, they repeated candidate Akufo-Addo in the 2016 elections, and he won. When he won, the victory was tagged as a collective effort of all party members. In 2020, when we won, the victory was tagged as the collective effort of all party members. In 2024, today, the NPP has lost. Certainly, people would want to blame the candidature or the personality of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. However, in the wisdom of the party, after we lost, the party set up a committee to look into the reasons why we didn't perform well in the 2024 polls. The committee chaired by the respected Professor Okwe came out with their findings, and from the summary findings we know, the committee did not indict either the personality, the tribe, the religion, or the ethnicity of His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. The report actually outlined a couple of reasons why we lost, and in fact, the reasons this report outlined was also corroborated by the report by the Ashanti Regional Party, the German right-wing, institution Konrad Adenauer, the report by Musa Dankwa, and also the report by CDD. They all corroborated to the fact that the NPP didn't lose the 2024 elections due to the personality, the tribe, the religion, or the ethnicity of His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, or the actions or inactions of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. However, generally, Ghanaians were just not happy with the NPP. They were just not happy with the NPP due to isolated instances. For instance, the report outlined that Ghanaians were not happy with the e-levy, but we bulldozed our way through. Ghanaians were not happy with the DDEP, but we bulldozed our way through. So a new
NPP administration will listen to the people. It brings me to my next question, really. Yesterday we heard from the camp of Brian Champong tell us that some of these opinion polls being put out by individuals and even pollsters, some of them have even approached him to ask for money to put him in a favorable position. As the NPP and as the camp of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has any pollster approached you to demand money?
I think this assertion by I have not heard about it. I do not know how, whoever put that out. And so, but I do not think that posters in this country approach people for money to organize,
Well,
polls.
he said it. He said some people approached him. So I want to find out if some people approached
then it is incumbent upon them to, provide evidence for us.
But
from where I sit, no poster has approached that. No poster has. But I don't think that it is also fair to tag posters as, people who always ask for monies before they conduct polls. No, I don't think so. Okay. I don't think so. So you've never sponsored any of these posters? As a lawyer and as a student of research, I believe in data, I believe in research, and so I do not think that polls are influenced or induced by monetary considerations. I do not think that is what happened. In fact, that is their opinion.
Has your camp sponsored any poll?
Our camp has not sponsored any poll. In any case, if we have sponsored any research, it is for our, internal betterment and exercises. And in fact, as every reasonable, political camp, it is very important that you have your own research team and your own people on the ground to put data together for you, because feedback is very important in political campaigns. And so if my camp has sponsored any research, it is for our own good. And we have our internal people who conduct our internal polls, and research works for us. We do not need any external poster to do anything for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Because clearly, if you go on the ground, it is clear that the people know that it is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia who can win the NPP power in 2028. Because you see, if you look at the political trajectory of our tradition, the NPP has a tradition. This is the third time, this is the third time we are trying to get a try to win the presidential elections. The first person was President Kufuor. President Kufuor contested twice. He contested in 1996. He didn't win. When he didn't win in 1996, all manner of things were said against President Kufuor. All manner of things. Candidate Akufo-Addo contested about 2 times. When he contested in 2008, I've told you, all manner of things were said about candidate Akufo-Addo. In 2012, all manner of things were
so
said
for
about
you,
him.
All talk.
But it took the conviction of our party people to repeat the candidature of candidate Akufo-Addo.
And you think the delegates, they have the conviction to choose Bawumia
the same
again?
conviction to choose Bawumia because they know it is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia who can win the NPP power in 2028 because they know that we didn't lose the 2024 elections due to the candidature of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And again, let me use this opportunity to dispel some propaganda going around. Yesterday, I heard the respected Kennedy Japan. In fact,
that's what I was coming to. I wanted you to respond to that directly. He stated that should he be given the nod to steer the affairs of the party, he will not concede defeat as early as your candidate did, as far back as 2024. How do you respond to that directly?
Yes, I think that, in fact, before I respond to that directly, let me say that all the aspirants contesting in the NPP presidential race are fit and qualified to lead the New Patriotic Party. However, who is most fit and qualified and formidable and prepared to win us power in 2028 is His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. To Honorable Kennedy Japan's assertion, you see, if there is anybody who, in my opinion, benefited from the defeat of NPP in 2024, then it is the respected Kennedy Japan.
Benefited?
And again, let me say that considering the circumstances and surroundings that, confronted the party and the government going into the 2024 elections, if NPP had, presented Kennedy Japan as our candidate, I tell you, he wouldn't have crossed 30%. He wouldn't. He wouldn't have crossed 30%. And clearly, if you look at the data, it is obvious that he wouldn't have crossed 30%. And I say so because in the 2023 November 4th primaries, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia beat him by 69%. And so clearly, if you want any politician who is most popular in the New Patriotic Party, you take out President Akufo-Addo, the next in line is His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And so if he beat you by 69% and you got our 30-something%, what makes you think that you are more popular than Dr. Bawumia and that you would have won the 2024 elections?
But how did the laws benefit him, really?
The laws, he benefited from the laws because now he is everywhere chastising, trying to malign Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. When his utterances cost us in the 2024 elections, because
Kennedy's utterances.
Of course, his utterances
cost you the election?
Yes. A lot of people believe that his utterances cost us in the 2024 elections, and I do not think that that's a lie. That is an absolute truth, that his utterances cost us in the 2024 elections, because you have such an influential figure in the New Patriotic Party who, picked up fight against religious bodies. He was everywhere attacking the personality of Dakiwad Mills, Bishop Obinim, and Nigel Gazy, a whole lot of, religious leaders, picked up fights with women, insulting women. In fact, he was even insulting his own party people. You insult the very people who wish to vote for you. I do not think that that is proper, and that his actions caused us in 2024, and he is part of the reasons why we are here today. They blame everything on the government of the day. In fact, all the persons contesting His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, with the exception of Engineer Kwabena Japan, all the other persons were part of the government. Honorable Kennedy Japan was part of the government. He was part of the legislature. The respected Baine Champo was part of the government. He was actually a cabinet member. The Honorable, the respected Dr. Duchum was also part of the government. And so it is very unfair to blame everything on the tables of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. But Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, as a courageous, as a firm leader, he has not, run away from taking the blame and to be held accountable. That is why he's going around telling the party people that, yes, indeed, there are so many things we got right. He's learned his mistakes, and that if the party people bring him back in 2028 or repeat his candidature in 2028, we are going to do so many other things right. You see?
So just talking about what you do right as we wrap up the conversation, what's your strategy really to even get the delegates on your side even before that upcoming crucial election in 2028?
In fact, as a lawyer, I would not come and sit on TV to discuss the strategy of my candidate. However, my candidate, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, is on the ground campaigning and canvassing for votes and soliciting for votes from the NPP delegates. And you see, amongst all the candidates, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, we say, is the most prepared. He's been part of NPP's electoral, history in the last five consecutive presidential elections. In 2008, he was our running mate. He toured the whole country. The party people know him. He's known across the rank and file of this country. In 2012, he was our running mate. He toured across the rank and file of this country through to 2016, through to 2024, where he was the presidential candidate. And you know, in fact, it is a fact. The law is clear that as a vice president, you do not have any real power. Our party people watching me, the position of the vice president is just like the position of a vice chairperson, a deputy youth organizer, or a deputy organizer. You do not have any real power to make any impact. But again, we say that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has been the most effective vice president, because as a vice president, you perform duties that may only be assigned to you by the president. And so if you are unfortunate and you get a president who thinks he is able to do everything on his own, you'll be an ineffective vice president. But Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has distinguished himself clearly as one of the most effective vice presidents, and I am very confident and clear in my mind that he will be one of the most effective presidents that the NPP would ever produce. And so I am confident that the party people know what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can do. He's been with them. They know that he's most popular. They know that he's most marketed. They know that he's most prepared, most decisive. They know that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia doesn't take erratic decisions. He's not an erratic politician and an erratic personality. They know that he thinks before he does whatever he wants to do. And so, like I say, it is unfair for anybody to think that the NPP lost 2024 because of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and that we cannot win because of his candidature. They also make the claim, as a land, they also make the claim that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia performed abysmally, and so we do not need to repeat him. I'm sure you've heard of such claims. In fact, in the 2024 elections, you realize that in 1996, when the NPP lost, we won only 2 regions in Ghana. We won the Ashanti region and the Eastern region. In 2008, when we lost, we won only the Ashanti region and the Eastern region. In 2012, when we lost, we won only the Ashanti region and the Eastern region. But in 2024, even though we lost, we won the Ashanti region, the Eastern region, and the Northeast region. In fact, the Northeast region was the only region where our vote appreciated by 25%. And also, you realize that about 2.1 million people who voted for the NPP simply decided not to vote for the NPP again. And so the people who voted for us in 2020, for 1 or 2 reasons, just decided not to vote for us in 2020. And so now that the party is focused and regrouping and re-strategizing for Victory 2020, once the party repeats the candidature of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, we are going to have an advantage over the NDC, because the NDC is also going to go through a chaotic situation in selecting a flag bearer. And so clearly, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's candidature is going to give us an added advantage over any other candidate. And I say that NPP's surest bet to Victory 2028 is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and not any other candidate.
Briefly,
it will be a gross disaster. Yes, it will be a gross disaster to repeat any other candidate.
As we wrap up the conversation, what's next on the campaign trail? Where next will he be going to?
He will be in the Bono East region tomorrow as well. From the Bono East region, he will do Tyne, Banda, Wenchi in the Bono region, and then head straight up north to the Northeast region, where he will go to his home region to also inform, you know, his kinsmen and his brothers and friends and colleagues in the Northeast region of his intention to contest. And then from there, he'll move to the Savannah region. My very good mentor and senior Honorable Abu Jinapos region, where he would also engage the people of the Savannah region. I am very sure and very confident that the people of Savannah region are this time going to reward Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia with no less than 85 to 90% of the delegates vote. And so from there, he will then move to the Upper West region, where after Upper West region, we'll sit at the decision table and decide where next he would have to go. Thank you so much for your time here on The Pulse. Well, you're still watching The Pulse. When we return after this quick turn, we'll tell you more about the heat ongoing in the DVLA and the key concerns being raised about their charges and sports fines. Please stay with us.